Greetings, folks. This is BlackWeasel, and today's my One Piece viewing of chapter 927. And the chapter has been released like 1 hour ago. So when I was just browsing on the internet, and right now today is Friday technically, at 1:28 a.m. So let's go ahead and get right to it. The name of the chapter is called Otoko the Komoro. We have a cover page request of Garp and a bear fighting over salmon. And Garp is putting hands. Garp is giving that work over the bear. And the salmon looks really big right now. And the translation of Komoro is a young girl who attends to high-ranking quarters. Alright, let's get right to it. Alright, the chapter begins on Wano Country, the flower capital. Somebody yells out, "Specialty soba, it's Sangoro specialty soba." Oh yeah, that's Sanji advertising his noodles. And Robin says towards Frankie and Usopp, like any news on Luffy. And Frankie says he's on a different island, so I'm sure he'll be out in time for the battle. And Usopp says, deliciously, it's stupidly delicious. I thought I'd never get to eat Sanji's cooking again. Oh yeah, they finally reunited after almost 200 chapters of the Straw Hats being separated because Sanji was supposed to meet up on Zoo, but he got kidnapped by the Big Mom pirates, and so Luffy had to go and rescue him. And like they were on Zoo to begin with because they were being chased by Big Mom from Dressrosa Island. And for a certain time, like chapter 700 was the last time, like they were all together at one time. And then Usopp said, "Thank goodness he came back to us in one piece." And Sanji says, "I don't care what you guys think, but Robin-chan, do you think it tastes good?" And Robin says, "It tastes amazing." And Sanji starts blushing, and he says, "No, Robin-chan as a geisha is really what's really amazing." And someone says, "Sangoro, it tastes good, but isn't it too popular with the ladies? You should spice it up a little so it tastes good with alcohol. That way, all the samurai wouldn't line up." And Sanji gets. That's what Frankie says, and he looks on, and Frankie gets pissed off, and he yells out, "Why are you looking at me like that? Are you even trying to gather allies for us, you bastard?" And Usopp says, "Hold on, thought, Fernando Screw. I see some male customers heading this way." And someone says, "Excuse me," and another person says, "Apologies, ladies." And this one guy says, "Excuse me, mister, please don't..." And I think this one person says, "Excuse me, mister, please don't cut in line." And another person says, "Shut your trap." And then the guy yells at someone, and they yell out, "Kia!" Anyways, this guy with sunglasses comes out of nowhere, and he says, "Hey, bro, you got a nice shop here." And Sanji says, "Yes, thank you. If you'd like to have some, please go to the back of the line." And another person says, "No, you misunderstood. We wanted to know who gave you permission to come to this island." And Sanji says, "Huh?" And we have a character introduction of the Kiyoshiro family, Kaku, Kuni, and Suke. Kaku. Oh, what the heck? He has the same name as the other Kaku from CP9. Anyways, the guy says, "We're part of the Kiyoshiro family. This is our island. You have to pay us before you can operate a shop here." And Sanji says, "Why?" And the guy says, so is that if something bad were to happen to you, will you be able to protect your shop for you?" And Sanji says, "That's not necessary. I'm strong enough by himself." He's got a bounty of 330 million berries. But on the flip side, all these guys have swords, so we don't know how strong they are. And Robin says, "A few days ago, I was sent to the sitting room of a man named Kiyoshiro. They must be his subordinates." And there's a flashback of him saying, "Lord Uruchi is such a coward." Pardon me, guys. I got a persistent cough, and so it's been nagging at me for quite a while. But it's the winter, so it happens every now and then. Anyways, Robin says he was quite an angry samurai. I heard that he's the leader of a yakuza group. Anyways, Robin looks on, and one guy says, "Fine, why didn't you try protecting your shop from us?" And they start wrecking up the joint. One spills the noodles, and one guy yells at this little girl, and he says, "Hey, don't eat the soba at this shop." And the girl starts crying. And she yells out, "Wow, my soba." And Sanji looks really, really pissed off at what's happening. And the guys yell out, "Everyone, leave right now. The shop's closed for the day." Wait, I can't tell. Is that girl crying or laughing? There's a SFX note saying, "Ah ha ha, ah ha ha." And Usopp says, "This is bad. Get back. They did the one thing that angers Sanji the most." And Frankie says, "Is there going to be a fight?" And Sanji says, "You're going to have to eat all of it, sir." And Kiyoshiro says, "What? Are you asking for a beating?" And one person yells out, "Run away, everyone." And the Yakuza people say, "Hey, Kaku, Suk, do it." And one of the women yells out, "The Kiyoshiro family is about to go on a rampage." And one of the guys gets kicked in the face by Sanji. And Sanji looks really pissed off. And he gets his head smashed into the ground. And someone yells out, "Whoa, big bro?" Anyways, one person looks on and he says, "Huh? What's with that soba shop owner? He's so strong." And one girl says, "Oh, how wonderful, Mr. Soba shop owner." And Frankie says, "Let's do this." And Frankie yells at Franosuk Iron, and he manages to carry one of the Yakuza guys, and he yells out, Stop it! Damn it! This is dangerous! What the hell are you doing to me?" And the guy is yelling out in pain, and Frankie uses a move called suplex. And he smashes his face into the ground. Just like what Sanji did to the other guy. Anyways, one of the civilians says that comforter is also, and another civilian says, "But this is pretty bad." And Frankie picks up the noodles, and actually Sanji picks up the noodles. He said, "Eat it. Hey, eat all of it. Eat all the soba that you purposely knocked down to the ground." And he stuffs the noodles down his throat, and the guy yells out in pain. And Frankie's doing the same thing. And one of them says, "You'll regret this." And Usopp says, "Well, it went as expected, but this is just asking for trouble. Is the situation okay? I guess we did fight back against some troublesome fellows." Anyways, someone says, "Take a look. The huge line that was here has disappeared without a trace. Those guys are definitely going to come back with stronger forces." And Sanji says, And Frankie says, "Huh?" And the little guy and a little girl, and one of them says, "That's the kid whose soba was spilled earlier." And one of them says, "She was laughing while crying. She's a weird child, that's for sure." Oh, yeah, that's the person I was talking about. I thought that was weird at first. Like one of the civilians, and it's like one of the weird parts of One Piece. And it was Sanji picks up a bowl that wasn't shattered, and he gave it to the girl. And he says to the girl, "We still have one bowl that wasn't destroyed. Take it." And the girl says, "Wow, thank you." And then the little girl said, "The specialty soba noodles were really popular, so I definitely wanted to taste them. That's why I stood in line for so long. To be honest, I stayed even though it would make me late for work. I saved up my pocket change to finally buy your soba, but then those guys spilled it. I was really sad." And the little girls yell, "Yummy! Ha ha ha! I never had soba that's this yummy." Wait, she's laughing about it. And we have a character introduction of a child from the catapult named Toko. Yep, that's the name of the little girl, Toko. Anyways, Sanji starts laughing as well. He says, "Ha ha ha, your laugh is contagious." And Sanji asks, "Hey, what's your name?" And the little girl says, "It's Toko. Go ahead and try O in front of it." Oh? And then Robin says, "Oh, Toko-chan." And then Toko says, "But I'm not a boy though. Ah ha ha ha. But I am Otoko." Huh? That's kind of amusing. And Frankie and Usopp start bawling like ha 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 ha. So we have another translation note, and one of them is saying, "Courtesans are women of pleasure." Oh, what the fuck? They're prostitutes. I mean, like, that's what the courtesans are. Like, women of pleasure. But they're not to be confused with geisha, who are solely performers. And we have another translation of Otoko in Japanese means male or man. The joke is that she's a girl, since O is the honorific added in front of the names of females, such as O Robin or O Nami. But she's a girl. And there is Otoko says, "I'm funny, right? Ah ha ha. It's easy to remember, so I tell people that all the time. Foo foo foo." And Otoko says, "Ah, it was delicious. Thank you for the meal." And Sunny says, "Come again." And Toga says, "Yeah." And Toga says, "Oh no, I'm really going to be late. Super late. Ah ha ha, ah ha ha." That's right. I'll be passing through this area again later today, since today is the chorus and procession. And then Ramen says, "Toga-chan, are you perhaps a Komoro?" Anyways, Toko says, "That's right, I'm a Komoro. It's about to start. I gotta go. Bye bye. See you again sometime." And one of them says, "The Koroshan is beautiful, so make sure to come and watch." And Usopp says, "Kukuku, she was really funny." And Robin says, "Toko-san is such a bright child. How cute." And Sonny says, "So the rumored Koroshan processor will be passing through here." And Frankie says, "Koroshan, Komoro." And this old ass lady with a banjo comes out of nowhere, and she yells out, "Of course, son." And Usopp yells out, "Whoa, where does paper lantern granny come from?" And the old lady says, "Who are you calling a wrinkled paper lantern granny? Shall I dazzle you to death, you shitty brats?" And one of them yells out, "Master." And oh yeah, that's the crusty hag that was talking towards Robin. And she says, "Oh, Robbie, I got good news for you. It's already spread around the capital." And the crusty hag says, "Courtesans are top idols here in the Wano country. They're superstars." And Frankie says, "I see." And the crusty hag says, "She is the only one who has been chosen so far. Her name is Kumurasaki. She's the dream of all men. Her womanly charisma along with her beauty can sway men from even the most sophisticated of countries." And Sanji, Frankie, and Usopp made a gulping noise. And the crusty hag says, "She's more dignified than a goddess. She is the perfection that women strive to be. She's the courtesan Komurasaki." And Frankie Usopp says, "Impossible. There's no way that such a woman exists." And the crusty hag says, then why don't you go see it for yourselves? And the crusty hag says, listen, you can hear them already. There's cheers surrounding her and the light clicking of her sandals. Huh. So does her beauty rival Bo Hancock? No one knows. I don't know. Now, the crusty hag says, today's the Shogun's banquet. It's at Orichi's castle. And one of them says, the Coruscant is on the way there. And that little girl from earlier was a Chimera. They are young girls that serve Coruscants. Well, that's right. I almost forgot. Oh, Ruby, congratulations. You've also been summoned to Orochi's sitting room. And Robin says, huh? And the crusty hag says, you wanted to meet Shogun Orochi, didn't you? And Robin says, yes, I did. And Sanji says, amazing, as expected, old Robin-chan. And the crusty hag says, come with me immediately. We must be prepared. And Robin says, yes, I'm really looking forward to it. Wow, she looks a little bit like Okiku to some extent. Alright, the scene changes. And we have lots of people cheering. And one of them says, Lady Komarisaki. And one of them yells out, look this way. Another person yells out, Okura-san. And one of the persons says, ooh, she's so dazzling I can't even look at her. And one person said that Dayu Komarisaki is passing through. And the translation for the Dayu is the highest rank for a courtesan. And Toku shows up and she yells out, I'm sorry that I'm late, ahaha, because she has some ramen noodles. Well, noodles overall. And Komurasaki chuckles. And Komurasaki says, hey now, I was worried about you, Toko. And Toko starts laughing, hey, I'm sorry, miss. And someone's yelling out on a Denden Mushi, it's an emergency, we need about 20 stretchers. Due to Lady Komurasaki passing through, multiple people have fallen unconscious after losing too much blood or blinded. And one person said, understood. That's funny. Alright, the scene changes in the flower capital, Sakio. And the guy said, says, a soba shop owner beat you guys up. And I already forgot the person's name, but one of them says, yes, but only because he was so powerful. And the other guy says, I'm going to be pretty busy for a while. I've been invited to Shogun Orochi's banquet. And he also said, give Queen a call. And the man of the family says, get him to send some assassins this way. And the guy that got beat up said, that'll create quite a commotion though. And the guy says, it doesn't matter. And the scene changes, and someone says, and someone yells out, Master Orochi. And the guy says to Orochi, the Coruscant is on his way. And Orochi says, I see, Komurasaki, that's it. Today's the day that I make you mine. Goof. And the silhouette of, I see multiple dragons, just like Kaido. So we have two dragons going up against that's going up against the ninja, pirate, Ming samurai alliance. It's all very strong. Alright, that's the end of chapter 927. It's a real good build up. All right, next couple of chat pages, they're coming out with the references. I don't even know what a yakuza is, but they are organized crime. Pompadour. Where's Pompadour? Okay, that's it. I'm on a break next week. So, oh shit, it's that time of the year. I know what this is. So next week, next Friday, there will be no One Piece for a while, and then in the next week, like afterwards, the 21st, that'll be when One Piece comes out. But that counts as the double chapter. So that chapter will last 2 weeks. Meaning that it'll go on another break into the new year. So today is December 7th, 2018. December 21 is when a new chapter will come out, and then the next chapter will come out on January 4th. So that's that.